All right, as he continues to expand his coalition of supporters, Donald Trump has reached across partisan lines, adding RFK Jr. and Tulsi Gabbard to his transition team. Yesterday, Tulsi called out Kamala for trying to change the debate rules against Trump. Now, during the 2020 campaign, Tulsi Gabbard completely humiliated Kamala on the debate stage shortly before she suspended her campaign. This was a great moment. You may remember it.
Senator Harris says she's proud of her record as a prosecutor and that she'll be a prosecutor president, but I'm deeply concerned about this record. There are too many examples to cite, but she put over 1,500 people in jail for marijuana violations and then laughed about it when she was asked if she ever smoked marijuana. She blocked evidence. She blocked evidence that would have freed an innocent man from death row until the courts forced her to do so. She kept people in prison beyond their sentences to use them as cheap labor for the state of California. And she fought to keep cash bail system in place that impacts poor people in the worst kind of way.
The Biden administration finally agreed to ban Peter Daszak and EcoHealth Alliance from receiving.
Ouch. Checkmate. Anyway, meanwhile, Democratic strategist James Carville said Americans are hoping the debate is like a train wreck, just like the one in June. Take a look.
It's going to get an enormous rating. Why? Because there's nothing more that America likes than a train wreck. And they saw one on June 27th. So they're going to tune in hopes they see another train wreck. People just love train wrecks. They'll line up forever. And, you know, the last one they saw was one, maybe the biggest ever. And they'll be watching anticipation come September 10th.
Here with reaction, 2020 presidential candidate Tulsi Gabbard. By the way, you're not on the terror watch list any longer, are you, Tulsi? Another shocking story as well. I hope that's all resolved.
Unfortunately, Sean, I wish I could say the same, but it has not been resolved. I've been informed that the targeting package that the TSA created for me when they put me on the secret domestic terror watch list is still operational.
That is insane, and we'll stay on that case as well. All right, that was a verbal beatdown, and you came in, you were armed with facts, also reports that you are part of Donald Trump's debate prep team. What do you tell him, without giving away, private conversations you may have, about debating Kamala Harris? Because she did go in with, memorized lines to go after Joe Biden, and they were effective to some level.
Yeah, they were. First of all, as you know, President Trump is not a politician at all. He doesn't do traditional political debate prep. He is prepared to debate Kamala Harris anytime, anywhere. I think the only place where I may possibly be of help is really conveying that experience that I had with her on the debate stage that you just played, sharing the kinds of games she will play in order to try to hide her real record from the American people. It is clear that now that she is the candidate running for president on the Democratic ticket, she is saying one thing while her record and her actions over the last 3.5 years prove the exact opposite to be true. She is lying through her teeth every single day, which is incredibly insulting to the American people and voters, because she thinks that we are so stupid that we are going to just forget what she has done over the last 3.5 years and all of a sudden buy this new lie that she is selling us. And, there are too many examples to cite, but you brought up my being on this secret domestic terror watch list. She says over and over again she's going to be the champion and defender of freedom, and yet she and the Harris-Biden administration continue their mission of political retaliation to censor free speech, to go after people like me for criticizing them and their actions and policies. And of course, their foremost target continues to be Donald J. Trump, as we've seen with these new indictments that they've just rolled out. What she says, and this is what I'm encouraging people to pay attention to in this debate and in this campaign, don't listen to what she says, because whenever she opens her mouth, she is selling a lie. Focus on her record, and that's what President Trump will do, expose the truth about who Kamala Harris really is.
And this shows how corrupt the media in the country is, because, you have a wealth of radical statements. If it was Donald Trump making them, they would have played them 1,000 times a day. and they have yet to play Kamala in her own words, which is why I put it up on my website, so it's available for everybody. They can share it on social media with their friends, family, coworkers. So Jason Miller said we had this issue of last-minute changes. Now, Kamala and her team had already agreed to ABC, agreed to the same debate rules that Joe Biden had with Donald Trump. And then all of a sudden, last minute, no, we want the mics on the whole time. Oh, no, we'd like to have the candidates sitting rather than standing. Can we bring in cheat sheets and notes into the debate? Jason Miller's quoted as saying that. I'm like, is that true? Did that happen? Is that evidence of fear on her part?
Well, you know, the interesting thing here is not even Joe Biden asked to be seated during that debate. Not even Joe Biden asked to bring in notes and cheat sheets with him. You know, to me, it just is another proof point and evidence of how unfit Kamala Harris is to be our president and commander-in-chief, and how she is unable to deliver a message that has not been scripted for her by her pollsters and the people behind the curtains who are not only controlling and making decisions for her and what she says and what she now supposedly stands for, but these are the very same people who have been doing this with Joe Biden as the figurehead over these last 3.5 years, which is a dangerous thing for our democratic republic, because voters need to know that who they vote for is someone that they can hold accountable. How do you hold accountable nameless, faceless people behind the curtains who are the ones actually making these decisions and actually calling the shots?
Yeah. I think it's great that you're a part of it. And, you know, I've gotten to know you a lot over the last year. And I will tell you, you know, it's clear to me you want the best interest of the country. You know, to watch
Yes.
RFK Jr. and yourself get smeared and slandered and besmirched by people that were formerly friends is a little unbelievable.
It shows, unfortunately, and this is one of the reasons I left the Democratic Party, that the people in charge of the Democrat Party of today, they only care about power. And this includes Kamala Harris, obviously at the forefront now of the Democratic Party. She and her people will choose power, their own power, over the people and over the best interests of our country every single day. And that's really the choice between voters. Donald Trump stands for peace, freedom, and prosperity. Kamala Harris stands for more tyranny, taking away our freedom, and more war, pushing us to the brink of nuclear war.
I think that's a scary proposition, but a very true one.
It is.
People need to know who they really are.